We actually came to Rise Church through my dad. He knew of our plight, and then he received a flyer in the mail for the Winning the War in Your Mind series. As soon as Nellie and I read it, we were like, we gotta try this. It's perfect for what we're going through. I had struggled with this anxiety and panic attacks probably going back 10 plus years prior to coming to Rise. And, it was, I think, unwillingness to let go of past mistakes, stress, feeling that I wasn't good enough, imposter syndrome, I've heard it called, but it really dominated my life and my thinking.
It was a struggle. As a mother, first-time mother, we had to raise a newborn on 2020 for COVID. And so that was very, very hard. We felt very alone. It was a struggle for my husband because he had been dealing with anxiety and, he would pace back and forth. He would always try to think of every worst case scenario. It was hard because I didn't like seeing him that way. With a baby, I was trying to raise a son and then also help my husband and be strong for him, but I was also falling apart. With his job, it was very demanding. He would work many, many hours throughout the week. And as a teacher, I was barely coming back from maternity leave, and the schools had shut down. For a while, we didn't know what to do. And then with our newborn, we couldn't have family over to take care of our son. And so it was a lonely time. And then his dad saw the struggle and he brought the flyer. And so we said, let's just take a chance. Mm-hmm. And that's what we did.
Nellie and I went to the first service. Pastor Aaron was passing out books for the Winning the War on Your Mind novel. And Nellie raised her hand and got a copy of the book. And, we threw ourselves in head first. Like the first week, we had a number of things that we had written down from the service. I think one of them was, you cannot live a positive life with a negative mind. So we just dove into the teachings the first and second week. And I remember going the third week, kind of had a little doubt that it wasn't working because, I'd experienced a bunch of panic attacks that week. Towards the end of the third sermon, the final sermon of the series, Pastor Aaron prayed a prayer that was very powerful and I took to heart. Was in Jesus' name, by the power of the Holy Spirit, that the demonic spirit of anxiety would be removed. I'd prayed that prayer many times before, but finally in a room full of believers, I really took it to heart. It really finally clicked with me, and I was able to believe it and live it out.
You could just see a weight lifted off his shoulders. Ever since then, it's been different. And he handles problems and situations in a different way. And it's amazing.
A couple weeks later, I think we finally look back and go, you know what? It's real this time. Like I could feel it's just that thought process is gone. That stress is gone.
It's made a huge difference in my husband. And I've seen what the power of prayer can do.
To be able to come to a place where that is not existent in my life anymore does feel like a miracle. It feels like God has healed me of almost disease, not a disease in a physical sense, but almost like a disease of my mind, of my thinking that, I no longer struggle with on a daily basis.
We tried many things for years. He did counseling, medication, things like that. But it always came back to his anxiety and he just couldn't handle it. Mm-hmm. And now it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to explain it other than it is a miracle.
It was almost like God chose this time, this place to heal us of this.
Especially when we need it the most.
Mm-hmm. Rise has become home to us. Like it's not only a place where, that helped us heal in something that was plaguing our lives, but it's also become a home for our family, a home for our children. We love that our oldest is learning about Jesus, that he's learning how to serve people. You know, our youngest is only 7 months, but he's basically been there his whole life ever since.
And I look forward to
Yeah.
seeing him grow and go to the camps and make friendships and, you know, just have a relationship with God and, you know, people around him.
We like being able to serve and recreate that for other people, you know, just in our own small way. And then, you know, hopefully it leads other people to have the same experiences that we've been able to have at Rise.
I'm excited about Forward because I would love to have a home and just seeing our boys grow into it, you know, seeing the next generation come in and having more people experience this, because it is a miracle. And if it happened to our family, it could happen to you.
Pedrates is an awesome place. It's actually my dad's church started in Pedrates. Now they have an awesome building, you know, down the road, and you know, it's just cool to see that, you know, that was the perfect church for him, and then like this is the perfect church for us. So kind of see it grow from the roots up.